don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawman who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell. It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny. I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
To stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Who's that?
Is he with us?
You're done.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Spread out, goddammit! Come on, get him from the left!
Keep on shooting! Don't let him catch fire! They're coming from the
I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did.
Hey, we have one behind us! Stay on it! Cover fire!
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kids' apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
You think you can kill me too? Show yourself, coward! I'll do you myself! You ain't going nowhere! You can run, but you can't hide forever. God damn you! I'm putting you down. I'm done.
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
Some bitches running. pissing me off! Time to die! You're dead!
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
Let's do this!
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
You'll die for this, you hear me? You can run, but you can't hide!
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back
Through the
door!
We
We'll
got you
cover you!
covered. Try aiming, you idiots!
Truth be told, things
the
weren't
window!
much better
Watch your
behind the
flank!
house.
Shoot that bastard!
I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside,
dead, you
none the
bastards!
worse for wear.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
You think you can kill me too?
How about that? Huh? You like that?
I'll do you myself.
I passed Dirty Dave. And upstairs, I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry. Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo! Grab a gun and get to the window!"
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of.
Where'd he come from?
Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Damn ears are ringing. I can keep this up all day. Kill him! I think I got one!
I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on
Where the
coming.
hell Garrett get to? He's missing all the action!
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire!" shouted Billy. "Get to the other side!" I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time. "They got a Gatling!" Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
Those poor sons of bitches are done for!
Many would have fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like
What are
Jack
you
here.
saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
I'm indestructible. You come out and I will. Now you're in trouble.
You were heading for the barn.
Gonna make you bleed.
Making my way past the passel of fallen folk.
Catch him in the coat! I'm done with you.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Now you're really pissing me off.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake. in a fair fight.
Is that what that penny dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables. And stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid. It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after. He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he... Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too. My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun. I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? That little son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scattergun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim at it. The kids escaped, raised a huge ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid can't get away!
Oh my god!
Anybody see him? Middle-ain't that sucker!
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could. Some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Everything! Can't have gotten far! Gotta be around here somewhere. Go to jail!
Violence is not the answer.
Show him how to die!
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
Where'd he get you? You!
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back.
He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean ass shotgun.
Ain't nothing but a coward. Don't let him get away! You won't get away with this! Now you're really pissing me off! Surrender yourself! I'm here! Get your headstone!
There's children here.
We're gonna be in deep
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass-eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
You can run, but you can't hide forever. I've got this. Okay, now you're really pissing me off. Give it up!
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him.
I'm indestructible. Flank him. There he is. Boy, you are shit out of luck. Don't let that asshole get away with this. In for the kill. Come out, you yellow bastard! Don't let him get away! Won't get away with this! You can't hide forever! Put down your weapon! Damn him! But you can't hide! I'm putting you down! Get the women off the street! Arm yourself! How the hell did he get away? Send him to hell!
I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. Some say I fought unfairly, but they weren't the ones looking him in the eye that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.